Welcome back to Kirby's Dreamland 3. There's only one stage left in Sand Canyon. It's just that this one's so long that I had to split this into two parts.
Well, that's probably better than having to sit through a 40-45 minute long video.
Right, also Gabe's not here anymore.
Bye-bye, Gabe. We'll see you on the other side. Just kidding, he's still alive.
I salute him. He's dead. He did his duty.
I wonder what we would do if we held a funeral for Gabe.
I mean, I could imagine a gag one happening at least.
Oh my gosh.
Because he's not, and then he's in the audience at the funeral saying, "Hey guys, I'm not actually dead," and we're just kind of ignoring him.
Oh, I read a book, wasn't too long ago, it was maybe a couple months ago. It was a fiction novel, so good, called, oh shoot, I don't remember what it was called.
It's called Oh Shoot, why don't I remember what it's called?
That's exactly what it's called.
Whoa, this background's trippy.
Oh, it was called A Tale for the Time Being. Really good book, but it was about how, well, in this book there was this young girl who was bullied pretty bad in school, but, eventually the students in her school just started to completely ignore her, and they held, like, a funeral for her, like an actual legit funeral.
Okay,
and
before the funeral part...
It was the weirdest thing.
Before the funeral part happened, this sounded like the story of my life.
Yeah, right. I'm glad it didn't get to the point where they held a funeral for you, but although, you know, bullying is so awful, I think I'd rather be ignored than, like, completely ignored to pretend I didn't even exist than be bullied. I don't know about you.
Well, I've experienced both, and... Okay, well, my personality was honestly the worst thing ever during the bullying part of my life, so... So I'd say I'm better off being ignored, but...
Yeah. No excuses for their actions, of course, but you can kind of see where they were coming from.
By the way, I'd like to point out that we're in a pyramid, but it really doesn't look like it.
It's more like a psychedelic adventure. What if that's really what was inside of the pyramids, like back in ancient Egypt? It was just this whole huge psychedelic rave.
But, like, they don't look like that anymore because they fizzled out.
Yep.
Okay, I don't know what I'm probably looking at the guide, honestly. That's probably why I'm just standing here. This stage can be pretty damn short if you just go straight through it, but you do need to complete the mission in order to get the true final boss and the good ending, so, you know.
The good ending.
Yeah. That.
What's the mission in this level?
You need to assemble the 5 pieces of Rob.
Rob
the robot.
I see.
Rob is okay, Rob stands for Robotic Operation Buddy. It was an add-on for Nintendo's NES, and okay, so like it would like respond to light or something, and would like so it could play certain games with the player.
Okay.
It was a really unique feature. And I mean, it's made cameos in several Nintendo games since, and nowadays it's a playable character in the Smash Bros. Series.
Interesting.
In Japan it has the red and white colors of the Famicom, and in the US it has the gray and dark gray colors of the NES. There's the base, the first piece.
What you just collected there?
Yeah.
I missed it. I mean, I saw you collect it, I just didn't get a good look at it, but I'm sure I'll be able to get a good look at it when it's all completed.
Yeah.
At first I thought you called it, instead of Rob with a B, I thought you called it Ra, like the sun god of Egypt. I'm like, oh, that's a really fitting name, but no.
No, it's raw, like the raw file that we're commentating over.
Yeah, exactly.
The bottom room here is basically a room that gives you access to any power-up in this game.
Oh, excellent.
Because you're going to need certain power-ups and certain animal buddies, and luckily they are all located in here.
This is such a dynamic game. I really like it, honestly.
I really like how this game looks as well. And just like, honestly, I wouldn't call this the best Kirby game simply because of all this god dang it bullshit that you have to do, but...
Yeah, there's a lot of real, like, specifics that you have to accomplish, I feel like.
But I also really like... besides that, I do really like this game. I wouldn't call it a guilty pleasure because as a Kirby game, it plays well. And I mean, there are plenty of God dang it games that are really good.
God dang it. I love that.
That's
a good phrase.
It's a TV tropes lingo. I use a lot of that.
You do, and I like it.
Like, honestly, like, the entire Metroid series, people love it, but there's a lot of stuff that you either have to just, like, figure out on your own by exploring around and just hoping you find it, or looking at a guide.
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, the original Mother, when we get to that, is another God dang it game.
Interesting.
You're probably wondering why the floors are different colors at certain points. The blue parts of the
yeah.
The blue parts of the floor you can pass through, like you can drop under them afterwards, and the red parts you can't.
Okay, so the red parts you can only go up but not down.
Yeah, it's a trap because once we go through that door again, it's gonna start auto-scrolling downwards.
Oh, no wonder. So you really wouldn't figure out that you can go down again, theoretically, until you go back through the door.
Yeah. Anyway, there's Rob's head right there.
Oh, that is. I didn't even think that was part of the head.
I left
Okay.
Kind behind because reasons. It's more effective this way anyway.
I'm bouncing fish. Rob's head. Oh, rip.
You're gonna say Rob's head looks like Wally?
Yes! I was gonna say how do you know, but it's pretty obvious.
Yeah. I wonder if Wally maybe took some design choices from Rob or whatever. I'm not too sure about that though. Because I mean, it's obvious which one's much older, but...
Oh yes, definitely. I remember I saw... Wait, did Wally come out... I remember watching it when I was in, I think, 7th grade.
I think it was like, I don't know, maybe 2007? Does that sound about right?
Hang on, let me do some math in my head.
I mean, we could honestly just look it up, but... In fact,
That's true.
I'm gonna do that right now.
Okay, sounds good. I think it was probably about 8 or
2008.
I thought. Okay. So that's 8 years ago, isn't it? Yeah. So I must have seen it when it first came out. I remember seeing it with my 8th grade class, and I remember it was really good. It was just super depressing because it was so spot on in its cultural critique, and I'm like, I really want to watch it again, but I don't want to feel all that sad and hopelessness for humanity.
Pixar is really good at making movies, even still.
I haven't seen any of their recent ones. What recent ones have they made?
Like, I mean,
I don't really watch movies too often unless I'm with someone who does.
Okay, so I didn't watch it, but I hear that Inside Out was really good.
Inside Out. I remember hearing about that one, I just don't know what it's about.
It was about, they personified people's emotions.
Oh, that sounds like it'd be a very good concept. But isn't Disney own Pixar now? JK, Disney owns everything. Why am I asking this?
Disney's owned Pixar, since they started making movies, as far as I'm aware. Since Toy Story.
I feel like at one point they might have merged, but who knows? I mean, either way, I feel like Disney just owns life.
Yeah. You know, it kind of reminds me, so I remember Disney bought a lot of, TV shows for their, Disney XD channel, and they ended up getting some Marvel superhero stuff, and they honestly didn't want them, but they decided to air them anyway, and that's kind of what led to Disney kind of buying Marvel.
Man, interesting. Soon Disney, I swear, soon Disney is going to own, grocery stores and the oil industry, and Disney's just going to have a monopoly on the world, and it's going to be terrifying.
Disney's going to have a monopoly on Smash Team games. We can only play Disney games now.
Oh no! Well, Disney will probably own all the games by then, so it won't really be a big deal.
Yeah. And then suddenly, we won't be in a legal gray area because we'll be working for Disney.
Oh gosh.
Alright. Yeah,
what was it in... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go first.
Oh, what I was gonna say probably had no, nothing interesting, but in Germany it was like the Third Reich. Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
Disney's gonna be the Fourth Reich.
Oh no.
It's gonna be Disney monopoly on everything. Okay, no, you were.
There's always risk of that happening in the game, like right in that spot. Now we have to go back and get Ku.
Oh, lovely.
Like you either do that or if you fuck up, you have to go back. You have to go back if you fuck up there.
You're gonna get. You're not gonna get a power up.
I need to. Well, I'm gonna get Ku first, and then I'm gonna get the power up. Stone specifically.
You kind of have to go back and get reacquire everything, huh?
Yeah, I hate this stage. This stage in particular. It's really long, really tedious, and I absolutely hate it. And when I was first playing this game, Fabian decided to do a co-op game with me, as playing as Gooey, the co-op partner or whatever.
Okay.
And I don't remember what he did, but he really fucked me over somehow.
Oh, Fabian.
I don't think he remembers what he did
dude.
either. He remembers doing it, he just doesn't remember what it was.
He just remembers messing you up.
And that's kind
I
of...
just finished drinking some green tea. It was really good.
I had coffee right before starting this.
Nice.
I'm really scared about getting this because, you know, that's like an all or nothing situation right there.
Yeah.
Or I could
You
just...
didn't have Ku last. Did you have Ku last time you did it? Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
you
I
need...
don't know. Yeah.
You need Ku. You need Ku.
He-
I'm assuming you have to fight an air current or something.
I see. That's kind of tough. Like, if you're playing this for the first time, you really won't know. At least I don't feel like you would know what's coming up ahead. So therefore, it'd be hard to know which
I'm trying
power-ups or
to
which
clear the path.
companion you need.
Right, I'm trying to clear the path with Kirby by himself and then take care of it and then get through here with Ku.
Okay.
Because, like, Ku requires extra space because he's big. As do all the
Yes.
animal buddies.
He's chubby.
They all chubby. Why they so chubby?
Why they chubby? You tell me.
They fat. It's like I'm not even being subtle about it anymore. Alright, now we can go.
Okay.
Probably.
Hopefully, fingers crossed, eyes crossed, toes crossed,
I'm
arms crossed.
gonna have to dash. We're not good yet. Okay, now we are.
We're not good.
We're not Celadon City.
I keep forgetting that Celadon is an actual color. I just
think of it as
always
the-
automatically associate it to Pokemon.
You know what? I think people do that with most of the towns in the first generation of Pokemon.
That's wonderful.
Cause like, I mean, it's like we got to the point where Pokemon has kind of consumed everything, anything and everything. So it's just like, if you see something, you associate it with Pokemon, probably.
No surprise there.
I can just get through here with regular Kirby now.
You're like, screw you.
What, it was a pain to get through there before, it's gonna be a pain again.
Yeah.
Alright.
I think Celadon City is our longest running joke.
I mean, we got some earlier ones. I mean, okay, so this one didn't turn out to be like a running joke or whatever, but, I mean, Chicken Quesadilla Giant Robot is probably one of our earliest gags that really stuck out to me.
I wasn't even there for that, huh?
Whoa!
Oh gosh. Surprise! Look at him go, he does like the Naruto run.
But Naruto didn't exist yet.
Okay, Naruto does the Kirby run.
Honestly, I'd associate that arms back run with Sonic more because he started doing that around Sonic Adventure in 1998, and well, you know, that was I mean, that also was before Naruto.
Gotta go fast.
They call it the They probably call it the Naruto run because Naruto, despite being a bad show, ended up bringing a lot of people into weebdom.
Oh no, I don't know if that's a good thing.
That was not a good thing.
I feel like you could blame that on Pokemon.
Well,
Get ready
Pokemon was a
to blame
little
on
bit
Pokemon.
different. There's the Rob.
Hey, it's Wally. I've seen Rob before.
Now that you've seen, like, his whole body.
Yeah.
All right.
Once it's not ahead, though, I recognized it. Hey, it's
Yeah.
your Gatorade.
All right. Now it's boss time. But anyway, yeah, that one stage took 15 minutes.
Man, so long. Oh, a dog just barked outside my window. Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
My window's open, so yeah. Who was it? One of my neighbors have a dog. Why was there a dog barking?
Maybe
Oh,
somebody was walking a dog. Your neighborhood's fucking huge.
yeah, it is. It's like right on the edge of the country, though. If you keep walking about 10 minutes, towards
There's
the
nothing.
south of my neighborhood, yeah, it's just like a line, and then yay, country, forest, fields,
Oh,
cows.
so you are in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's a neighborhood that was built in the middle of nowhere. And they just keep adding on to the neighborhood, and it makes me sad. Like, my section of the neighborhood was built about, like, 30 to 40 years ago, and it kind of stayed pretty small for a while, and then about 10 years ago or so, actually maybe a bit more than that, maybe about 15 when I was in elementary school, they built a new elementary school in my neighborhood, and then just house explosion from there, and I'm like, okay, guys, chill out.
I don't really know how long my neighborhood's been around. But I mean, it was kind of already in the middle of the city or something, so it kind of, you know, it's a bit different.
Yeah.
Cause like I mean, on one side of things, like, you know, it was just like you got like, yeah, there's like you take one way and you end up getting in the major city area, and then you go the other way, and then there's like a different city area where my elementary school was, the second one actually. It was built like right before 3rd grade started for me, and I was closer to that, so they moved me over there.
Yeah, same thing happened with me when I was in 2nd grade.
They built a new one.
Right near my house. About a 10-minute walk.
Did you have to walk to school every day?
I did, it was really nice. Not too long at all.
See, mine was still far enough away to warrant a bus trip, but
Okay.
kind of reminds me. So like our schools, like our high school in the district, there's 2 of them, and so there's kind of a radius between different areas to decide whether or not you're going to one or the other, especially if you went to the middle school that's kind of in between the other 2 middle schools, because there's 3 of them. And so basically, if, like, you'd think it would be, if you, like, you'd think it would just be an actual radius between the schools or whatever, right?
Right.
No, there are some people who live pretty dang close to my high school and end up going to the other one, which is in a completely different city.
Oh, interesting. That's kind of tough if you're in one of them at that one middle school that's kind of in between them, and then you make a bunch of friends. You could easily get split up in high school.
I didn't really have to worry about that in the slightest, honestly.
Yeah.
Then again, I don't have very many friends.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It just means that you can devote more time and energy to, cultivating the few friendships that you do have, rather than spreading yourself thin over a bunch of other friends.
It also means I don't have 80 people disturbing my alone time doing stupid computer stuff.
Oh my gosh, right?
Like,
Alone time is necessary for introverts.
yeah.
Yeah, my school district that I was in is really small. It was only 1 middle school and 1 high school, and so we never really had to worry about like what school we're going to go to and getting split up and stuff.
Yeah, mine was 2 high schools, 3 middle schools, and a crap ton of elementary schools.
Yeah, definitely. This is an interesting animation.
This animation only happens if you completed all the missions in this world.
Hey, well, good job.
Because you're basically expelling the dark matter from the boss fight.
Congratulations.
So yeah, if you get the bad ending, and then you get all the heart stars, you have to collect them all. Like you have to fight the boss
Gotta
again.
catch them all.
Yeah, after you get all the heart stars, you have to fight the boss again in order to get the good ending.
Good ending.
Yeah, that.